Hey, how's it going? Frank the Skink here, coming to you live today from all parts New Jersey. That's right, we're talking from Bayonne to Belmar, Absecon to Asbury, Forked River to Franklin, Burlington to Bayonne, and all parts in between. Today, we're going to be playing some Crusader Kings 3, because I happen to be a big fan of Paradox games, and I think this is going to be pretty cool. So, if this is your kind of content, please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop me some love in chat because that really helps the channel grow and will really help get us out there. So without further ado, let's dive right in. And sorry if the stream's a little choppy. I'm doing this from a laptop right now. I'm working towards a better PC. Alright. So we're gonna start a new game. I'm not gonna stick with it to 400 points you would normally get. We're gonna start in the old days. 867. Wrath of the Northmen. And we're gonna make a Lizardman king. And this is the rise of the Lizard Dynasty. Will it live? Will it die? Will it rise? Will it fall? We are playing Crusader Kings 3. This has the Wrath of the Northmen and Royal Court expansions. If this is your first time playing the game, it's a variant on a map game where you try to conquer the map. But in this game, conquering the map is a little less important. Really, it's more about picking a starting area and expanding a dynasty. And you can play as anyone from a simple count all the way up to an emperor. And indeed, the focus of your game could be going from count to emperor. Today, I think we're going to start in Italy. Yeah, we'll start in Italy. I'm going to pick one of these. We'll go with Friuli. We do not control Venice, but we're going to try to take Venice. Now, we could just play as Duke Unriok of Friuli, but I don't think we're going to do that. We're going to create our own ruler. We're going to make the Lizard ruler. We're going to make him straight because we want to have kids. So it's going to be heterosexual. Franconian. At this point, the Franconians must have been ruling this part of Italy. I really like the dynasty design. We're going to go with this. Let's see. Von Orseln. No, we're going to make him Italian, though. We're not going to be Franconian. The House Giuseppe. Might not be an accurate Italian name at this point in history, but we're going to go with it. Vendetta. The Lizard Dynasty is not very forgiving. House Giuseppe takes no prisoners. Now, it's not going to be easy to make a lizard man in this game, but I'm going to do what I can. So customize further. Yeah, we'll give him that goofy ass haircut. Yeah, that'll work. Really, what I mean, Lizardman, I mean he's gonna have some kind of horrible condition. Now, oftentimes, right now, what I'm doing is I'm picking an education trait, and these are based off the various trees you could take. There's learning, warfare, stewardship, diplomacy, and intrigue, which is basically assassinations and other nasty things. I'm less interested in that. I'm gonna take the 80 point cost. I'm gonna make him Midas touch. The Lizard King, if nothing else, is good at making money. We'll start with other traits before we go to personality, because there's one negative trait I'm really looking for. Scaly. Now, negative traits is gonna make it more hard for him to find good wives. But scaly is something my dynasty is unfortunately gonna be known for. If you're new to the channel, let me introduce myself. I'm Frank the Skink. I am a New Jersey Lizardman. Oh, and it doesn't even give me any bonus points to take it, but nevertheless, we are scaly. Yeah. Isn't he a gross little fuck? But he's also going to be hale. He's a little healthier than usual. And he's kind of cunning. No, he's not going to be cunning. Because I still got to come back and I got to buy some personality traits. He is going to be wrathful. And greedy. Now the rest of my points are going to go towards building my character. He's a good steward. He's okay at war. He's not the best. He's got some prowess. And he studied some. He's going to be absolutely terrible at warfare and diplomacy. Now we just got to give him a name. Let me make him Italian. No. We'll make him Cisalpine. He's from northern Italy. Walfredo Giuseppe, or the Duchy of Friuli. Now it's important to point out that I am just a duke. I am not the king of Italy. I am somebody else's vassal, and that limits how powerful I am. But it also offers me a matter of protection, because the neighboring kingdoms cannot declare war on me without declaring war on the Kingdom of Italy. Of course, how far that goes, I don't know. Petition liege. What am I asking him for? Only thing I can ask him for is a seat on the on the council. Make me a steward. You could do worse. Yeah, I'll pay him 50 gold. Because I'm a king, I don't actually have a royal court of my own. I have to now convince some poor broad to marry me. You're a lot closer than Wales, and you're older than 12, so you'll do just fine. Luckily, it's the Middle Ages, so she doesn't get to say no. Wealth focus. Wealth focus. I need to make money. And Italy is the place to do it. Italy in the Middle Ages, anyways. Let's see. I can create. I don't have the money to do that right now, but I can do that in the future. Few nights. 25 gold to bring main gold to my court. I don't have 65 for Dietrich's. But I can bring Gotch chalk. Here I've got a couple of powerful knights. I should try to make my bishop like me, even though he's old. No, I don't want to learn Anglo-Saxon. He's 77. It's not worth the long attempt. Now we can start the game. Oh, in addition to being a steward, I am a conscientious scribe. Well, I'll take the learning bonus. I'll probably become the head of the Cisalpine culture very shortly, I imagine. Yep. Which means I can decide our cultural focuses, which require prestige, and our tribal innovations, which are the things we can do. And right now, we don't know a lot. I mean, we have crop rotation, we have currency. Gavelkind. Gavelkind is good. Slightly better partition. Public Works. Live reinforcement rates, heavy armor. Catapult. I think first we'll go for city planning. Get that out of the way. See, right now I'm starting off making 8.4 gold. That's really good, especially at the ducal level. But there are a lot of kingdoms out there that are not starting off the game making 8.4 gold around. I am not a smooth talker. Now, I think it would be hard pressed for the lizard man to prove that God favors him, but we'll give that a shot. He's got a better chance. Yeah, I'm not surprised he is more impressed with Engelbota. Englaboto. That's hardly surprising. I'll put in a claim on Veneto. Sweet. I'll make a little bit more money off Padua. I'll risk my wife being angry. I spent 40 gold on that night. I'm not kicking him out of my court. Sorry, I should actually read those. I'll start reading those. Unless she really doesn't like me. I'll try learning her language. Oh, I'm gonna have to find a new wife. Sorry, I should have read that. Basically, my bishop, who does not like me, decided to tell me that my wife was actually related to me by blood, so I had to get rid of her. So now I need a new wife. Even though she's only 2, I'm gonna become betrothed to this 2-year-old girl. Because she is of a very important dynasty, and she has claims on a large number of areas in France. My children could potentially get those claims. Oh shit, I forgot to read that, sorry. Basically, my bishop is extorting me because I'm a hideous lizard man. He hates me. He thinks I'm the spawn of Satan. But now he likes me a little bit more because I just gave him 15 gold. Greedy churchman. He really doesn't like me. Luckily, we're making a lot of money. While traveling across the plains of Padua, the county of Padua, I find a makeshift looking stall by the side of the track. As I stop to take a look, a peasant by the name of Clara jumps into action, trying to convince me to buy one of the small cross carvings she has on sale. I make them by hand, my lord. Each one takes me hours of work. My choice is I shall buy one. I lose 70 gold. I either get a low quality carving, 40% chance, but which nets me supported local business for 5 years, which overall is a popular opinion plus 10. I desperately need that. Or I get a small religious carving artifact. Whether I doubt this stall pays taxes, tear it apart. I gain $35 or 35 gold. I gain 10 dread. I lose 5 stress because I'm greedy. But I'll lose popular opinion, which I need. Or I can gain stewardship lifestyle experience. I'm gonna risk the gold. I'm gonna risk the gold and hope I get the artifact. 60% chance. Yes, I got the artifact. She gives me a little bit of piety every month, which I can use to ask the Pope for money. Now, there's other uses too, but mostly for my character, it'll be asking the Pope for money. Well, I can stop this. I divorced this bitch. I go back to trying to make my bishop like me. Artifacts in this game have a number of different effects, depending on the type of artifact and the quality of the artifact. And until I get a king, a kingly title, I well, there's a whole slew of court artifacts I can acquire but can never actually use, so long as I have a king over me. Now, if I help my king become an emperor and I become a king underneath him by acquiring one of the kingly titles, then I can have a royal court, I think. Stewardship perk available. Alright. Golden obligations. If I have a hook on anyone, I know something about them, I can basically blackmail people for money. Like a good duke should be able to. Now I'm just letting the money build because when my bishop is done forging a claim on Veneto for me, it's gonna cost me money to fabricate the claims, plant them, and make it look official. It cost me 96 gold, for instance. Now I can declare war on the most serene Doge. I have more military than him, even without my ally, which means I don't need to spend any money, or I'm sorry, any prestige calling them in. I can just go to war straight away. which is what I'm going to do. Give me Veneto. I'm going to take Veneto, grand city of Veneto. Now, I'm not going to get a whole lot of gold for looting this, but if I'm lucky. Oh, well, they've got more people than me. I am going to have to call in some allies. Come on, Duke Conrad of Burgundy, Upper Burgundy. He's going to have a little bit. He's going to have a little bit of ways to go to get to me. Oh, my king lost a war with Emir Sardon, who's no longer an emir, but has become more powerful. I wonder what he lost. I don't know. Well, something down in here looks like King Louis the Younger. Kinda sucks, gonna say. I'll just give him some money. I paid homage to my king, and it looks like I'm winning this battle. Just barely. I might still lose. It's hard to tell. I just have an edge. It's coming down to the wire, but we won. We beat a bigger army, but at some heavy costs. My current steward is a dwarf. He's a dwarf. It's gonna cost me 10 gold, but I'm invading Vienna now, or Venice now. Venezia, with a much bigger pot of gold to loot. Did I ever call my ally? I did call my ally. Ooh, I've got prisoners I can ransom. Giovanni Participazio. Thank you for participating. I'll take your 8 gold too. Your 50 gold and your 8 gold. And the favor. Oh, my ally has arrived. We now seriously outnumber them. That'll be important when the city falls. Because they took back Veneto. Uh, this war looks really bad for me. But never fear. Dear viewer, never fear. War profiteer. Make more money while at war. Useful. I saunter between the market stalls of Kaorli, a heavy pouch tugging at my belt. How do I make this coin work for me? As I admire the wares of a local smith, good steel, a sound investment, my guest, Roberto, suddenly appears by my side. A word of advice, my lord. Have a look at the jeweler's stall over there. Their wares might be simple, but the potential is great. Use 20 gold to invest in a smithy. 75% chance I'll make a friend over a good investment. 25% chance I just lose 20 gold. I'll invest in the jeweler's workshop. Maybe get great jeweler's workshop investment and a friend. Yes, I get a friend and a workshop investment. Now we're gonna go to Treviso. Oh, now my war score is -5% because I did just take their capital. That basically negates the penalty I get for losing my capital and two other provinces. Look at him run. He knows he's in trouble. Even though I should take back Kaorli, I'll let my ally do that while I take back Mestre in the province of Veneto. See, now my war participation score is back up to +7. See, blood-stained cloth, crow's feathers, strange-smelling concoctions. This is the evidence presented to me by a group of villagers from Trent as proof that Elisa has been practicing witchcraft in her hut on the outskirts of their village. The villagers claim her evil works must be the cause of their sick animals and are calling for her execution. My choice is the evidence is circumstantial. Release her, which will probably piss off the local peasants. See? Yes, upset peasants, but I gain 300% or 300 points of stewardship lifestyle experience. She must burn for her crimes against God, which makes the peasants happy. Gets me 100 piety and kills her. No penalty for killing her in this case. Or which you say? I could use a new advisor. At which point she'll join my court gain 50 opinion of me. I'll lose 100 piety and gain upset peasants for 5 years. I'm the Lizard King. She must burn for her crimes against God. The Lizard King brooks no witchcraft in his domain. Plus, I mean, the people don't like me that much. I'm weird and scaly. So anything to make them happy. Welcome to Crusader King's 3, where a dwarf man is about to tell me something about my mare. He is a sexual deviant, and he really hates me. All my vassals really hate me. Petition liege. I can't really ask him to do anything, so I'm not gonna ask him to do anything. It's a waste of time. Back up to plus 27. 100%. Perfect. Time to end this silly war. And now we are much richer than before we began the war, and we're a province richer as well. And I'm going to use some of that money to build walls and towers around my capital, so that it might not fall so easily again. And for my backwoods peasants out here in Trent, so they have less time to worry about looking for witches, we'll build some quarries, put them to work, earn some gold, some more levies, stronger soldiers, and cheaper building costs. My bishop almost likes me. We're going to convert Pula from Croatian to Cisalpine. Turn their culture into ours. Oh, really now? I just give you gold. Oh, I can't send him a gift of gold. I don't have 100. I'm not giving him 150 gold. I'll just wait. Now that I'm not at war, can I get something better? Yeah, I'll ask him to send me bailiffs. Yeah, the king is probably not gonna help me. And I think we're gonna put a trade port down here in Pula. And have my Croatian subjects here make some gold. Huh? What the hell is that? Goriza. Let me get a new spy master. Hopefully somebody who likes me. Mengol. You will be my spy master. You are the least likely to plot against me. You give me your 1 gold. Fearful troops. The more dreadful I am, the less money they expect. Which my arm is pretty good. I don't need to fuck with it. Said I can go to war. Who can I go to war with? Count Pavel. Maybe I can't go to war with him. Send my bishop to the county of Charso. I don't want to risk becoming a drunkard. I'll make friends with Count Conrad. Sorry, I'm not sick. I'm smoking a bong as I'm playing the game, so. Pay no mind to it. So, anyways, if you're enjoying the game so far, if you're enjoying the stream, please let me know. Leave a comment, leave a like. It really helps me grow. All right, what did I get? All right, my stone quarries are done. He's got a long way to go still, so probably means is my castle done? My stone walls, they're almost done. Now that I've got quarries, I'll also put in some hill forts. Make Trento more difficult to take. Any enemy coming from the west is going to find himself in difficult situation. So much so that I wonder if it's worthwhile to pull you away from here, put you here. Have you fabricated a claim for me? Hopefully on Brescia. Yeah, Brescia. And I can start bringing some of this central North Italy. It's all fractured and small under my control. Yeah, 360 soldiers. I should be able to take Count Bethari, the foreigner. I should be able to take his land. Small harbor constructed in Pula. Next, I'll put some farms and fields and get a nice little economic boost from that, too. An additional payment in a recent trade I find myself. Now, as additional payment in a recent trade, I find myself in possession of a large herd of cattle. I've been assured that the animals are of the highest quality, but the question of what should be done with them remains. If I go with it's a beautiful herd, but it could be larger, I have an 80% chance of running a successful breeding project, getting me a large herd of cattle in the County of Friuli. County of Friuli will experience development growth of plus 20%. We'll risk it. My breeding project is successful. Lizard King knows about breeding cattle. So Friuli will see greater development and growth. Who's in my prison now that Guidon has died? Antonio. He's a pretty good fighter. Organizer. Tough soldier. I'm gonna No, I'm not gonna torture him. Negotiate release. I'm gonna recruit you. Now I get an extra night. He doesn't like me very much, probably because he's been in prison for 5 years, but he's now my bitch. And that's all that matters. In which, how old is my wife to be? She's 10. It's probably worthwhile to learn her language. First, my bishop likes me, okay? I can stop trying to sway him. That way she's got a better chance of liking me when we marry. It's a weird thing to think about a 10-year-old, but welcome to the Middle Ages, folks. At least it's not that accurate. If it was really accurate, they would have already wedded the two of us and been upset that she wasn't pregnant. Don't believe me? Look up the history of King Alfonso X El Sabio of Spain. One of the Spains. Might have been Castile. I don't know. Might have been Aragon. Most of the commoners living in the county of Pula are of Croatian descent. Proud of their traditions, it does not sit well with them that they must serve a foreigner like myself. When my name Count Iljico shares their culture and history, teach them of the superiority of Cisalpine culture. Because my diplomacy is a 2, I only have a 22% chance of getting them to adopt my culture. Otherwise, they get mad at me and refuse to be civilized. I can respect their weird traditions, at which point my attempt to promote my culture will drop by 75%. Or I can just ignore them, gain prestige, and upset them. I will gain prestige and upset them. That's more important. Alright, I have more than enough gold. How long is that going to take? Finish 4 months. Oh, I'll just let the gold build for 4 more months. Pay the cost to invade Brescia. Invade Brescia. I think that's the proper way to do this. Now, one of the advantages of taking the stewardship path, other than the fact that you get a lot of gold, see, of all the buffoonery I have ever seen, and mere loopholes inane efforts to improve my relations with my neighbors, my good-for-nothing chancellor has officially acknowledged Duke Lambert's claim on the county of Polsine. Basically, this guy just gave my rival Duke a free claim on one of mine, a minor province of mine. Hopefully, he does not seek to impress because he is more powerful than me by a lot. Yes, see it done. I lose 99 gold, and now I can invade my neighbor, the foreigner. No, I do not wish to arrange marriage with the foreigner. I'm going to take his land. Looks like you'll still have Mantua. No, I don't want. Pause the game. Make sure it's paused. Declare war. Raise my armies in Trent. Invade. His pathetically small army will be crushed. His ally in Mantua's army will also be crushed if they dare go to war with me. Yep, they're going to war with me. My army is it's like 4 times their size. Slain to a man. And I took a prisoner. Can I ransom them? I cannot. But I can recruit them. But why would you recruit a bunch of people who hate you? Because I could send them to fight and die for me. And it denies their services to my enemy. And if I can't ransom them, I might as well put them to good use. Catching arrows and spears. Oh, war is over. I took the enemy count hostage. The enemy leader is my prisoner. Give me your lands and you can go free. Now I have more holdings than I can actually hold under my personal jurisdiction. It's just one too many. So I'm gonna grant one to my guest and friend, Roberto Beccaria, who is unlanded and has no claims. And because he's my friend, he sort of likes me. I'm gonna make him like me more. And he can deal with this new unruly county that I just conquered, full of people that really hate me. He's even less diplomatic than me, so I'm sure he'll figure it out. Unlucky bastard. Unlucky bastard. He's now a count. I'll make 10 gold off of you, happily. And I'll get a weak hook on you, sure. And because my steward, or not my steward, my diplomat or whatever, gave away a claim, I'll start building a castle here. Or not a castle, I'll start building some fortifications. Truly, The lizard, the Duke of Lizards. I should have named him Wilson. Wilson, Duke of Lizards. We lay this hate on you. I'll gift that little carving to him. Maybe my king will like me. Oh, he likes me a little bit more. That's it. No, I can't sway him. I'll give up learning whatever version of French my child bride speaks. Such a fucked up game. Such a fucked up game. Salerno. Where's Salerno? Really down here? Yeah, it's all the way down there. Wouldn't exactly do any good to try to stretch myself out all the way over there. So why you think they would like me more in Pula? I gave them a trade port. I've constructed some fields. Now they've got more food. Now they've got goods coming in by sea. They could they could be fishermen too because they've got a port. Nothing. They just don't like me. I'm a gross lizard man and I don't have an heir. I'll build some barracks in Treviso. Unfortunately, I think the one downside to the stewardship lifestyle is there's not a lot of ways to make your family like you with this one. In most of the other paths, there's some way to benefit from your family, except maybe the intrigue. But you get seduction bonuses in the intrigue, so it doesn't matter. Stewardship, nothing. Says you gain better control over your areas and more land. Petition liege. What can I get? Royal visit. Okay, I'll try it. Alright, I'll give him a weak hook on me. In return, I'll get increased popular opinion because the king is paying a visit to the people. And now we'll try to take Mantua as well. I said just try to clear up this central area here, which is all just little independent counties. Try to just bring them all under control of a central government. The central government being me, the Lizard Duke, Duke of Lizards. Sorry, by the way, if the animation's a little bit choppy. I'm doing this on a laptop, and this is kind of a test stream. I'll be moving this over to a PC in the next week or two, hopefully. Eventually upgrading to a better PC. But don't worry, while I am smoking marijuana, it is legal in my state, recreationally. Which means it falls under YouTube's guidelines because this is not for children. By the way, you guys shouldn't do it just because I do it. That's not how this works. My character is not good at learning languages. My wife to be is 13. We're gonna marry in 3 years, and I've barely scratched the surface of her language. I now have to give the king more soldiers every month. That's the cost of playing we cook in exchange for him touring my lands. But that's fine. That's fine. The people who are so happy to see the king can die for the king. That's fair, right? And now I have the Duke of Istria, so hopefully Pula will like me better. And they do. Now it's only -6. Because I'm their rightful Duke. Actually, no, it's because the king paid them a visit. Rotten peasants. And the more of these little single domains I pick up over here, the more I can populate them with vassals who actually like me. And that will decrease the amount of vassals who hate me, or that'll decrease the power of the vassals who hate me. by eventually outweighing them with vassals who adore the Lizard King, or at least tolerate him because he made them powerful. He made them, he gave them land and manors, and thus a stable income, peasants to lord over. All of this serving to make me more powerful, so that the Lizard Duke can eventually become the Lizard King. I'll probably keep all three of those. They're all pretty good. Probably go with pastoralists as well, because that's cheap, and I like to build a lot of pastoral buildings, anyways, and nothing for the region. And then my last one. The outside help for learning language. It seems if my studies of the dull, vulgar language has reached the ears of Lord Mayor Adrian. He is a native speaker and is offering to help me in my studies. I ask no more than a token reward for my efforts, Duke, he says, folding his hands. I'm gonna try to control him and help him. Yeah, I get him to help me for free. Which means I'll get better at learning their language. I'll grant a tax lien. I don't want to deal with that. Yeah, they all go for pastoralists and mountaineers, because they're both pretty beneficial. I am now married to my wife who does not like me. Not at all. Probably because I'm hideous. I'm gonna take a huge stress hit to make my wife now slightly like me. And now learning language will. Oh, it's still gonna take a little while. So while we wait, we will declare war on Mantua. And I have the benefit on being on this side of the river. They will have to cross it either in Cremona. Oh no, they're gonna start there with their tiny army. That's not that tiny, actually. It's not that bad. It's just less than mine. And the war's over. I took Count Eaglioff, or however you fucking say it. I took him hostage. War's over. We can disband. The war is over before the war music is over. Biagio likes me. He's a really good fighter. And he's a commoner, so he's got no connections to anyone else. He'll make a great count. And he's killed 2 people in battle. He'll be great. He'll do great. He'll do great things. And I have once again become the steward. I didn't know I was at no point in time. I didn't realize I wasn't the steward before, but I am the steward. I am the king's steward again. I tricked my wife into thinking I like her mother. All this to try to make my wife like me. -30 because I'm scaly, -20 cultural acceptance. Because the 2 of our cultures don't really know that much about the other. So, there's not a lot of cultural acceptance between the 2. Which makes sense. I mean, there's the Swiss between us, there's Italians between us of various kinds. There's people there. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. So if you're tuning in, I'm Frank the Skink. I hope you're enjoying me play Crusader Kings 3 with my Lizard King ruler. He's fun. I like him. I would eventually like to go to war with Spoleto, but I don't think I'm strong enough yet, so I'm gonna hold off on that and just continue to pick off these small territories one at a time. Absorb them into Friuli. Wait. Oh, my king is now king of Lotharingia and Italy. Okay. And Burgundy. And Frisia. Oh, king, if you don't have an empire title, your queen is going to inherit it all. I see. That's your game. Huh. Fortunately, she's already married off. My spy master will appreciate getting better at his job. Nice. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Usually the Kingdom of Italy kind of collapses on itself. It'll be interesting to see how the other nobles deal with having a queen. Though it's possible he could live long enough for his wife to die, him to marry a young broad, impregnate her, and have a son. Which could be even worse, or better, beyond how old the son gets. Yes, I will ask my wife how to say "meet me in the bedchamber naked" in French, so that we fuck and and I just hung out with my buddy in Austria. I fucked my wife, hung out with my buddy. Hopefully that just got my wife pregnant. I don't know. So far, it does not seem like it has, but sometimes it can take a little while before they tell you. You don't always know right away. After I learn her language, see, she likes me even more. When I learn her language, I'm going to try to seduce her and hopefully, herbalist. I don't want her to be Republican overseer. I just wanted to make her my doctor. Can I do that? Can I make my wife my physician? I can. I don't care if she's poor. She's got the best out of all my people. And my buddy will help me out and become my best friend. Perfect. Fortunately, laying with my wife did not knock her up. It seems. That's alright. Once I finish learning her language, in another 10 months, hopefully, I will be able to knock her up. I'll be able to seduce her successfully, I hope, and knock her up. This is important because my Duke is in his 30s and he still does not have anything resembling an heir. And the longer he goes without an heir, the more unstable it's going to get for him, especially as he acquires more territory. I mean, I'm sure the king likes it. Yeah. The king currently is my heir. It's also more likely the more territory I get, especially as the king does not like me, the more likely it is that he will attempt to have me killed so he could just acquire all my territory for himself, all my lands and all my titles. So I desperately need my wife to get pregnant with my child, so I have someone to leave everything to. I don't care. So long. Ooh. I will let's see. It behooves a duke to spend time at sea, with the salty air in his face and a fine vessel beneath his feet. Today sees my personal craft and a small escorting squadron out for drills, practice, and pleasure. The short voyage has been an exhilarating change of pace from our life at court. When we spotted a distant plume of water, followed by a small island of wine-dark flesh, rolling out of the waves, the greatest beast of all the deeps, a whale. Now I can get the harpoons and attempt to haul it ashore, but because I'm not very martially inclined personally, I'm not that strong, I'm probably gonna fail. I can let other people handle it and just bring me the carcass, at which point I gotta split the gold I would get for hauling it ashore myself, 100 gold with them. Or I can just leave it be, at which point I'll just get a lot of stress, but also I'll get some prestige. I'm gonna let other people haul it ashore, lose stress because I'm getting 50 gold. I've got 457 gold. At this point, I'm probably gonna be able to build, start a holy order, which will be a nice little feather in my cap. See, is there anything I can get the king to do that he's likely to do? Fortify borders. We should fortify the borders of Croatia. Fortify the borders of the kingdom of Bavaria. Wait, what? No, take me back. Okay. I'm asking him to help fortify the borders